2 years ago, I walked away from my 6-figure job and put my retirement savings on pause. Since then, my wife and I haven't invested a single dollar into our retirement accounts, and we have no plans to start again. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, but no, we're not trust fund babies, and we're not even financially independent. Instead, we're counting on the stock market to grow our current investments while we simply cover our expenses. With the markets experiencing significant volatility right now, the S&P 500, for example, is down 10% from its all-time highs as I record this. I figured it's the perfect time to explain our decision to stop actively investing for retirement and why I'm still confident the stock market will work its magic to help us retire comfortably someday. It's one thing to feel good when the markets are doing well. It's another to hold firm when the markets are down. So let's talk through why we're still so confident in our strategy. Let me start with the major change we made 2 years ago. For those new to the channel, in February 2023, I quit my day job. After taking a few months to rest, I actually joined my wife in entrepreneurship in running the Pioneers brand. Before leaving my day job, we had spent several years gradually increasing our savings rate until we were saving over half of our income. While we had made significant progress towards our financial independence goal, we hadn't yet reached the point where work was optional. However, that's not to say we didn't make progress. We had reached some important milestones along the way, including building our FU money and reaching post-financial independence, or COSFI for short. For those unfamiliar with COSFI, it's the point where you've invested enough that compound growth alone will fund your retirement, even if you never invest another dollar. Your current investments will grow and compound to reach financial independence by your target retirement age. Because of the power of compound growth, you can stop saving for retirement years or even decades before you actually plan to retire. Time and market growth will handle the rest. As the name suggests, you can simply coast your way to financial independence. Reaching this milestone gave us tremendous confidence, though we transitioned gradually. First, my wife reduced to part-time work while starting a business on the side. Later, she left her job to focus on the business full-time. And it was 2 years after that I made the leap to join her in the business. And just like that, we went from saving over half of our income to saving nothing. Zero. Nada. Zilch. Since February 2023, we haven't contributed a single dollar to our retirement accounts. Coast Financial Independence gave us the confidence to make this change and feel comfortable stopping our retirement contributions. But here's the thing, COSFI calculations rely on assumptions about future growth rates of the stock market. So if you overestimate those returns, you risk not having enough for retirement. With markets down 10% in the past month, it's natural to question whether we made the right decision. And yet here I am, completely unfazed. I'm actually confident we'll have more than enough for retirement, and we're prepared to handle even the worst bear market. Let me share the 4 reasons we're still counting on the market, even in these uncertain times. The first reason we're comfortable with our approach is that stock markets have historically trended upward over time, despite short-term volatility. And yes, there is short-term volatility and associated risks, which we'll discuss in detail later. But once you accept this volatility and adopt a long-term approach, it becomes much easier to stay committed to your investment strategy and weather the storms. Many brokers have created snapshots of both bear and bull markets to provide context for sudden market drops. I've found these visuals incredibly helpful in maintaining a long-term perspective. Vanguard recently released this image of bull and bear markets. This chart, like similar ones from other companies, show that bear markets are relatively brief and their drops are small compared to the years of growth during bull markets. Looking at 100-year average returns provides additional perspective. The S&P 500's 100-year average return is approximately 10.5%, even with many major economic recessions and market crashes. The key point is that while short-term returns are uncertain and volatile, long-term returns show more predictability. Out of curiosity, I pulled the annual real return, so inflation adjusted, from the past 100 years, and analyzed them using ChatGPT to show the distribution of 20 and 30-year rolling periods. Here's what the 20-year rolling period distribution looks like, and this is the 30-year distribution. Now, if charts aren't your thing, here's the bottom line. 63% of 20-year rolling periods average a 7% real return or higher. And that number jumps to 81% for 30-year periods. No matter how you analyze the data, the conclusion is clear. When you zoom out and take a long-term perspective, the stock market trends upwards. This means your investments will grow over the long term. The next reason we're comfortable counting on the stock market to help us retire is compound growth. When you invest in the stock market, you're not just generating returns on your initial investments, you're generating returns on those returns. And then those returns on returns on returns, if that makes sense. Either way, you're creating exponential growth. This is why most investment charts show an upward arc rather than just a straight line. The amount of money generated increases dramatically over time. This compounding effect actually reduces the average return we need to receive going forward. One of the biggest critiques of CoastFi I hear focuses on future returns. Many critics think our entire plan will collapse
if we don't achieve a 7% average real return going forward.
But this couldn't be further from the truth. As I shared in a recent video on the myths of CoastFi, we had accumulated enough wealth when I left my job that we could receive just a 3.5% average return for 20 years and still retire early at the age of 55. And it's worth noting that if you're risk averse, you can choose to plan for a slightly lower return, say 5%, and then you can be pleasantly surprised if things grow faster than this rate. Thanks to the compounding effect, investments grow exponentially. The money you gain from a 10% return becomes larger and larger as time passes. This gives us a ton of confidence in our plan. The third reason I'm comfortable relying on the stock market is that we aren't withdrawing from our portfolio. While we did sell $50,000 from our taxable account to purchase our house in cash, this was a one-time exception. The key point is simple. We don't touch our investments for daily expenses. Instead, we cover our living expenses through active income from our business, letting our investments grow untouched in the background. This approach removes the pressure of needing strong market returns in the short term, as I just mentioned. It also helps us avoid one of the biggest portfolio risks, which is sequence of returns risk. Sequence of returns risk happens when your portfolio faces an unfavorable series of market returns. This becomes especially dangerous when you combine withdrawals during a bear market. When you take money out during market downturns, you can deplete your portfolio beyond recovery. This risk mainly affects those who are actively withdrawing from their portfolios. During the wealth building phase, market downturns have minimal impacts since your portfolio has time to recover, and you're not pulling out the investments needed for that recovery. Since we're leaving our investments untouched for the foreseeable future, temporary market drops of 10 to 20% in any given year don't worry us. And as you remember from the first reason, it's par for the course. The fourth and final reason is that we can adjust our income when needed. As mentioned earlier, we're generating enough income to cover our living expenses. We do this through our lifestyle business, an enterprise that not only provides sufficient income, but also maximizes our freedom and flexibility. Since we control our income generation, we can scale up when necessary. This might mean expanding our business or taking on part-time work or even consulting projects. Both of us have valuable skills and professional experience that would be attractive to many employers. Over the past couple of years, I've come to appreciate how important a flexible approach can be for any financial plan. If you have the ability to shift either how much you spend or how much you earn, when things aren't looking great, it'll give you more resilience and allow you to work through those money fears to take advantage of freedom and flexibility today. This is a big part of our CoastFi plan and how we've overcome our own money fears. It's one of the strategies that we teach in our Coast with Confidence program. If you want to gain clarity about your numbers and learn practical strategies to build a life you love, join the waitlist for our next cohort. I'll include a link in the description below. We're opening doors for the next cohort very soon, so join the waitlist to be the first to know when enrollment begins. And if you want to learn more about our CoastFi journey and what we learned in our first 2 years of coasting, watch this video up here. As always, thanks so much for watching and enjoy the journey.